It's Wednesday, October the 14th in 2015. We're in the archives room. Don Cosby and Ken and I have been talking about some different history and having a discussion about famous people from Davis County, lived in Davis County, lived elsewhere. And that came up at Rotary today. And we're brainstorming that, trying to think about how you would narrow down that list. It'd be kind of difficult. As Don pointed out, he's back here in the background here, that my list may be different than his list. And then you get into the sticky wicket of the early period when everybody that was here wasn't native to Davis County, so they came into here. So we're still discussing that. We have been getting a lot of activity here in the museum with volunteers redoing things. Our front lobby is redone, and we're still working on that. It's a work in progress. The schoolroom has been redone, and it looks very nice. They're currently working on the kitchen and redoing the kitchen and doing some repairs in there. Some of the others have been working in the Bingham room and rearranging some things in there, and we're working on cabinets. If you want to be in on the action, we can always take more volunteers here and come on in and talk to us about it. Ken and I had a volunteer workshop. We had a few people come in for that a couple nights, so we may do that again, so watch for that. We're trying to find times that people can come in and find out what we're about and what would be available for them to work on here at the museum or outside of the museum. Some people work on things and projects outside of the museum, so you don't necessarily have to do it here in the museum. There's a lot to do though here. We had a very successful Corning Heritage event out there at Corning last weekend, and that was a kickoff for the bicentennial for the county, with a lot of hard work by Connie Carroll getting that ready, and DCHS participated in that. One of the things that we did out there is I had people do their family wheel, and this family wheel business, as Don pointed out, he has that in his stuff at home. I got this from our Arvin family. It's a variation of the theme, but you put your name in the middle here, and you put your name right there in the middle, put your father and your mother, and your father's parents here, your mother's parents here, and then you put their parents here, and this one's parents, and go on. So it just gets bigger and bigger as you go out in the generations. That's a useful tool to figure out things. Here's an example of that in mine right here. So that's my Arvin side can go way back. My grandpa Seller side, that can't go very far. So some of you have problems with that if you don't have a line, but you fill in what you can and you come in and do the research. Ken was telling us earlier that a lady came in around 12:30 and she was doing research, and we get people that come in here in this room doing research all the time on family history. So we encourage that. Look at the stuff that we have, but I'm also interested in people leaving things here. So if you complete your research and you make a copy of it, I'd like to have it here for other people in your family that would come in. You never know who they are. They're out there and don't want to reinvent the wheel if you've already done the work. You need to help them out and help them find their history. Usually it's the younger generations that don't know it. So, Ken, is there anything else going on? We got the Pumpkin Festival. We're going to be up there Saturday, up at Odin. So I encourage you to be part of that. German Americans having some kind of event here on the, I think they said the 26th. So be watching for that downtown. We'll try to participate in some of that and have some popcorn out. We were here for the homecoming parade for the Hatchets. We were here for 20th Century Chevy That was a pretty big event here in town. So we've been very active here doing things and looking for things out in the community that we can participate in. If you want us to do something with your group, give us a call and we'll see if we can find somebody to go out there and participate. So that's all I got for now. I'll talk to you next time.